What's up, Charles? Good to have you in here. Long time no talk. He says, "Hey guys, how you holding up? Anyways, can't wait for this season. To be honest, I am more optimistic this season than last season." Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was so jazzed up for last season, but I feel more optimistic because of the offensive line depth. I trust our offensive line a little bit more than I did last year, and then I also trust our backup situation with Tyrod Taylor. And then obviously I like Jordan Travis kind of sitting in the back wings and waiting there. Yeah, I mean, you got to be excited. Got to be looking forward to this season. Matt, would you say more excited this year or last year?
Definitely this year, because I think their contingency plan is much better this year than what it was last year. Because at this time it was like, oh, we're excited, but like, man, they really need things to break right with that offensive line. And they didn't really have a plan at backup quarterback. And guess what? Both those things ended up coming back and biting the Jets. And then they went out and signed 3 new starters or traded for one of them. And then they drafted an offensive lineman in the first round. And they signed a real backup quarterback and then drafted a developmental quarterback. So I think they're significantly deeper than what they were last year. I'm just as excited, but I like their chances better this year, I think, than last year.
Green Bean, what about you? More excited this year or last year?
With hindsight, I think I feel better, just like you guys are saying. I think that this is a better, a deeper team. But I was excited last year. I have to. I didn't love our offseason. I didn't love our first round pick positionally. I didn't love our attention to the offensive line. I didn't think Mecole Hardman and Lazard were a good way to address our wide receiver needs. And I didn't love, Izzy, as the running back draft pick and stuff like that. But I was still very excited, especially September 10th. I was feeling about as good as I've felt going into a Jets season as I felt in many, many years. But I have to say, I think the team is better positioned this year. Like, even though our offensive line, like, we have a good offensive line with a bunch of injury concerns, but we have some backup that I think is a little bit stronger this year. I feel the key, dude, and this is the whole thing. I don't want to go back to our draft arguments, but the key to the season is really very, very simple. Aaron Rodgers has to play quarterback for us. Right? Like, that's the key to the season. So whatever we can do to keep that guy on his 2 feet is going to be key. That's good. That's the make or break. So I like the fact that we used our first round pick on Olu, and he's got versatility, can back up both sides. And so I'm just I can't say I'm more excited, but intellectually, I think that this is a better position team. I think Joe Douglas had a good offseason, a solid draft. And yeah, let me just say, I am as excited as I'm supposed to be, man. I don't give a shit what anybody's saying out. All these naysayers, we saw the USA Today pick us to win the Super Bowl. That's more in lines. That's fine. Everybody can say that Aaron Rodgers is old and this guy's a fraud and that guy's. Let them say it. We're gonna knock the snot out of people this year. That's my firm belief, and I just can't wait till week 1, man. I think it's going to be a fun season for us.
Yeah, I would say I was more excited last year, but I'm more confident this year. I think, like, kind of, a little bit of both, because for all the reasons you guys both just stated, like, didn't love last offseason because the whole thing was about getting Aaron Rodgers and bringing those guys in, and this year was more about building it up from where we currently were. So I definitely like that.
What's up, guys? Matt O'Leary from Talkin' Jets. If you liked that video, please make sure to subscribe and follow for more New York Jets content.